We were just watching some film in there, so that's why I'm late, and I apologize for that. I just thought we just didn't play with the kind of force that we need to play with, and after watching a pretty significant chunk of it just now, it really backed that up, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to do better. The last play was unfortunate. Those of you that saw Herder grab his jersey, pull him down, and pull the jersey down while he's going up. So that's clearly a foul, and I'm not sure why it wasn't called, but I was very disappointed. And even from where I was standing, it appeared that there was contact. So, it'll come out in the last 2-minute report. But that's 2 free throws with a couple of seconds left to put us up one. And so I guess you could just say that we were very unlucky.
Rick, how challenging is it to get over something like that? I mean, just a week ago, you had a last 2-minute report show a different situation, but something similar revolving Duarte as you're trying to overcome some of these late game finishes. Obviously, that doesn't help.
Yeah, and I got to be careful what I say here. Okay. I'll just put it this way. I was having a conversation yesterday evening about this with somebody that who's the right person to talk to about something like this and the thing in the Laker game, and it's just, I'm just so disappointed for our fans, who are cheering us on a night when it was tough to get the energy up. I mean, look, Atlanta had 3 days off headed into this game. We were playing our third and fourth nights now, 4 nights. So, so we're up against it a little bit on the energy curve, side of it. But we did some very good things to get ourselves in position to make that last play. So it's just disappointing. I mean, what else can you say? What else can you say?
You mentioned wanting to play with more force. Did you see that in the third quarter? And if so, was there some slippage there in the first half of the fourth quarter?
Yeah, look, I haven't looked at the second half yet. We just watched the whole first half. Because the first half, set the table for the second half. And, when you go down 8, when you lose the last 2.5 minutes of the half by 8 points, that's tough. I mean, going into halftime, and we came out and we did some good things. Then I had to call a quick timeout, and then it was just a difficult game. It's just a difficult game, and but the bottom line is we got to have a stronger disposition. We got to space and move it better. We got to do what we can to play to our strengths. And this was an opportunity lost.
Was this the first time all season that you watched the entire first half immediately after a game?
Yeah.
I guess why did you feel the need to do it right after?
Because I don't want to do it tomorrow. I don't want to waste time doing it tomorrow. I mean, time is precious in the NBA, and tomorrow we're going to come in, we're going to have a good lift, and we're going to get taped, and we're going to go out on the court, and we're going to fix some of these problems. They're really dispositional and posture problems, and because the team we're playing on Friday is going to play hard. They're going to run right through your face, So we're going to have to do a lot better.
Did you have a chance to talk to Chris about these moments? And If so, any advice you share to him just to, I guess, mentally not get so frustrated, even though it is a frustrating situation to be in 2 weeks ago?
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about the last play. I'm concerned about it for the organization, because we're playing to win games, and we're trying to become a playoff team, which is tough in the Eastern Conference. And something like in a missed call like that is ugly. It's ugly. But look, Chris Duarte is going to be fine. As a team, we've just got to step on the floor, with more physical presence. That's really where this is at.
Rick, how did guys respond to you pointing out the need for more force in the first half in the film session just now?
They appeared very attentive. We have a great group of guys. These guys are like wonderful guys. A lot of really good players, and before the Minnesota game, we had a meeting around noontime on game day, and I told the team, I said, look, we all have to step it up. I mean, the coaching staff has to step it up. We're going to be grabbing you guys individually and in groups and showing you more film and showing you, because we're a team with really zero margin for error, and we've got to compete for every inch and every little edge that we can get. And so, tonight's a really good example. I mean, these guys were 10 for 15 from three in the first half. And a lot of that is, they weren't feeling us enough. It was just easy to just walk and step into shots, So, we've got to adjust what's going on here, and we got to play with more force.
Do you have any ideas, you watch it back, what kind of causes you to not play with force as the game starts? Is it a mental block, not prepared? What would you say you think is the cause in that first half?
I'll take all the blame. Put the blame all on me. Put the blame all on the coach. It's my fault. And I'm going to do everything I can to fix it. I mean, I was pulling guys in and out tonight that had lapses, of hard play. And, this is the accountability thing. But I'm responsible, and I'm trying to keep the pressure off of the players as much as I can. I believe in that. I'm not a finger pointer. Everything is we all own it, So tomorrow we're going to work at fixing some of this stuff.
Rick, late in games, are you good with a lot of the ISO that we're seeing, or would you like to see more of that ball movement that you've been preaching throughout games?
Well, I don't know, which player you're talking about.
Kind of the last 4 minutes, instead of not playing through Sabonis. I don't think he had an assist in the fourth quarter, for example. There's just a lot of guys attacking one-on-one.
Listen, we can clearly do better and be better in every situation relative to what we're doing. I have zero argument there at all. But if we don't get the hard play thing solved, the rest of it is, it's not insignificant, but it's not nearly as important. So, we got to get some things accomplished tomorrow. And hey, Miami's a hard playing team with superstars. So we'll have our hands full that night too.
From the third quarter, you guys outscored them by 9, were able to get yourself back in the game, and then it looked like some of that slipped perhaps in the fourth. What did you see as the difference between the third and maybe the first half of the fourth quarter?
We just had breakdowns defensively, missed a few shots, weren't able to get stops, and they closed the game out.
Malcolm, Rick said that you all watched the entire first half of this game just now. What do you think you all took away from it significantly, and why do you think that might have been just important to get done tonight as opposed to tomorrow?
the fact of the matter is we're losing games we're not supposed to. These are games that are going to hurt us at the end of the year. We're not coming with a consistent approach. We have to. It's really as simple as that. We got to play with energy every night for 48 minutes.
Domas, was that an idea by coach to watch the first half right away, or was players involved with that decision?
Yeah. He wanted to show us how we came out, and he wanted to make a point. Like Malcolm said, we got to play consistent and bring the energy every night. Especially at home in front of our own fans.
Domas, it's been countless times now where Rick keeps going back to, hey, there's a lot of issues, but hard play continues to be it from everybody. Why do you think that's such a contributing factor to everyone across this roster here now, a month into the season?
To win in this league, everybody has to be ready to play, and we're professionals. We got to come out and bring it, we got to come out and perform, and it's on us.
And then generally, in terms of the players, do you feel like, especially these close losses, continue to weigh on you guys?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we are right there. We just got to close out the games off defensively and offensively. But we just gotta get together as a group. It's a tough stretch, but we're at home. And we got to come out and play with energy, especially at home.
Malcolm, you all still had a chance at the end, and then obviously Chris goes up. Everyone saw the play. He was fouled on the play. What do you make of that, or how do you swallow that when for the second week in a row there was a no call that should have been a foul?
I think it's easy to blame the refs in these situations, but we shouldn't be in these situations. Honestly, I think that's a team we should have beat. We shouldn't be at the end of the game trying to make a last-second shot, counting on the refs to blow the whistle. So that's on us. That's not on the refs.
And then just to follow up, how do you correct this? I mean, it seems to be quarter of the season, 8th game with loss with 4 points, by 4 points or less. The margin for error is thin. So how do you, as one of the leaders of the team, just help shore things up, in the final moments of the game?
Honestly, get the ball, make good decisions, and play with Domas. I think when me and Domas are, involved in the last couple, minutes of the game, and the ball's in our hands, I think, we'll be more efficient and we can win more games. But I think we got to be more focused on getting the ball in